Hello from Chem Help ASAP. We're now set to discuss an odd type of receptor ligand, the inverse agonist. To understand inverse agonists, we need to talk about an idea called constitutive activity, a property that is observed in some receptors. On the left is a typical ligand response curve for a full agonist. The response starts at 0. The agonist concentration increases and the response eventually gets to 1 or 100%. Nothing new here. Some receptors, however, do not start at 0. Here's an example to the right. The response starts at 0.1 or 10%. From there, everything is normal. The response from a full agonist still rises to 1 or 100% with more agonists. The initial 10%, however, is abnormal. This receptor generates a weak response even without a ligand present. Some receptors do this. It is called constitutive activity. The receptor on the right is constitutively active. Okay, now we're ready to talk about inverse agonists. Here are 3 ligand response curves for a constitutively active receptor. The full agonist curve is the same as the previous slide. The antagonist curve shows that it has no effect on constitutive activity. This curve is flat. Sometimes antagonists are called silent antagonists since they have no effect on response without another ligand. The last curve shows that an inverse agonist is not silent. The inverse agonist pushes down the response to a true 0. The potency of inverse agonists is identified at the inflection point and also labeled as an IC50 value. The idea of agonists and antagonists has been around for a while, but inverse agonists took a lot longer to be discovered. With most receptors, constitutive activity is very weak, maybe just a few percent. These receptor assays always contain some error, and it can be very hard to distinguish a receptor with no constitutive activity from just a few percent. It was only once cell lines could be engineered to overexpress receptors that the background constitutive activity was strong and clear enough to validate the concept. For this reason, some early drugs were misidentified as antagonists, no effect on response. Only later, once the constitutive activity of the receptor was recognized, then the drug's inverse agonism was correctly identified. Inverse agonists are a bit confusing compared to agonists and antagonists. Please share any questions you still have in the comments below. Take care.